Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't guess from all these brushes sitting in the frame right now, today's video is going to be my makeup brush declutter. I believe I have gathered all of my makeup brushes here together to go through and declutter with you guys. As you can tell, I just keep my brushes in like mugs or these, like, I don't know what to call these, like, I don't know if this is a jar, but I got this at the Target dollar spot. I have 2 of those. And I believe this was a candle that I ended up like melting the rest of the wax. And what do they call that? Decanting or depotting? I don't know. This used to be a candle. This I believe I also got from the Target dollar spot. If you couldn't tell, I love mirrored things. And then I also got this at HomeGoods. This is just like a circular thing. So that is what I store all my makeup brushes in. These 2 right here are all of my basically makeup brushes that I use from a day-to-day basis, or my most used makeup brushes. I probably won't declutter anything out of these 2 because I'm pretty good about keeping these 2 up to date with the brushes that I just use quite a bit. And then I also recently picked up a holiday set from Sonia Kashuk. I loved the marble handles, so I have all my Sonia Kashuk brushes in this right here. I probably won't declutter any of these because I just recently got all these. But then my other 3, I have a bunch of just like random brushes that I've gotten over the years to go through with you guys. So that is what we got going on. I'm going to try and do my best to keep in frame here, but I'm going to just go through these one by one with you guys. So let's start with my eye brushes. They are, like I said, in this little jar that I got from the Target dollar spot, and then I just filled it with these like decorative crystals so that they stand up a little bit taller. But these are my most used eye brushes. Alright, so I quickly put these in 2 piles for you to go through. So I have 4 Morphe M441 brushes. I actually like Morphe brushes, but I will say, like, the more you wash them, like this one is probably my oldest one. As you can tell, it doesn't keep its shape as well, and then I do find that I fray and I lose bristles on these. So I just always keep quite a few of my favorite Morphe brushes on hand. This is again the Morphe M441, and I use this all the time to blend out like my crease shade and things like that. So it's a little extra, but I have 4 of these. And I also have 4 of the Morphe M443 brush. I love this for colors where I'm just deepening up the crease and things like that. So again, I have 4 of those. Then I have this one from Real Techniques. I believe I got this in some sort of set a couple years ago. I believe this was like their eye shader brush. I basically use this to blend out shadow on my lower lash line. It is perfect for that. One of my favorite brushes to do the blending on the lower lash line with. I haven't been able to find this exact brush, and I don't know what I'd do if I lost this because I absolutely love this brush. So if you guys know where to find this brush, let me know in the comment box below. Next up, I have these few random brushes from Morphe. This is the M519. I use this for my crease. This is the M506. I use this for like my outer V. And then this is the Morphe 5112. I believe this is just like a little pencil brush, but I actually use this to take my gel liner in my waterline. Kind of weird, but it works really well for me. So I have those 3 Morphe brushes. Then right here are my Sigma brushes. I have the Sigma concealer brush that really needs to get washed. I have the Sigma blending E25, and I believe I have 2 of those. So I have 2 of the E25s. I love this. This is really similar to the Morphe M433, but this is definitely higher quality. And then this is also really similar to the MAC, I believe it's the 217 brush, and a little bit cheaper, not by a lot, but a little bit cheaper. So I have 2 of those. Then I have this Sigma tapered blending brush, which I believe is the E40. It's kind of worn off here. I like this. It's a little bit, the bristles are a little bit long, so like I don't have as much control as I would always like, but again, I really do like this brush. I recently picked this one up. This is the Sigma E38. It's the diffused crease brush, and I actually have not used this yet, but I need to. And then finally, I have this new one from Sigma, the E36, new to me and not new to Sigma. And I've been using this to also blend out shadow on my lower lash line, and I really like it for that. So Those are my Sigma brushes. And then finally I have these 4 MAC brushes. This is the MAC 242 that I use to take shimmery shades on my lid. This is the MAC 239 that I usually use to take matte shadows on my lid. And then I have the MAC 217. This is one of my first makeup brushes. Definitely my first makeup brush from MAC. I think I've had this since possibly 2009. So like matte quality is no joke. Like this is still a really great brush. So anyway, and then I also have this MAC 228 brush. I actually use this mostly to take like my inner corner shadow on the inner corner of my eye, and it works really well for that for me. You can also use this obviously on your lid and things like that, but those are my 4 MAC brushes that I use for my eyes on a day-to-day basis. So not decluttering, whoops, dropped my phone. So not decluttering anything from here, but again, I wasn't expecting to. So again, those are my everyday most used eye brushes. So then we'll move on to my everyday most used face brushes. All right, here we have my 2 foundation brushes. I have the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki F80 and then the Morphe M439. I use these interchangeably. Love those. I have this Morphe R2 brush that I absolutely love for blending out my bronzer. It's just this nice, big, fluffy brush. This is definitely higher quality than other Morphe brushes that I've gotten, and I would highly recommend this brush. I love this brush. Then I have this Morphe M501. I use this as a tapered highlight brush. And then I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 for highlight as well. For blush, I have these 2 that I use most often. This is the Morphe 5105. This one, I will say, like, this is probably going to come off soon. I should order another one of these, but this one just works so well for me for blush, but I will say this sheds really bad, so yeah. And then I have this one from Target. It's their Up and Up brand. It's just their blush brush. For contour, I have this Morphe 510 brush. This works really well for me for getting a sharp contour. Love this brush. Then I have this for setting powder, like for setting powder under my eyes. This is a Real Techniques brush. It's actually their contour brush, but again, I use this to set powder underneath my eyes. Then I have these 2 Sonia Kashuk's that I actually have been using. This is the blush brush, and then this is just a big powder brush that I've been using. I really like these. They're really nice quality. They're heavier and they're nice and soft and fluffy. So these are 2 Sonia Kashuk brushes that I've really been enjoying. So again, there are my everyday brushes that I use. So obviously not decluttering anything from here. And then again, you guys, I'm not going to declutter any of these. This is a holiday Sonia Kashuk set that I picked up. And then I picked up a couple more Sonia Kashuk brushes right after the holidays because they were on clearance. So I think I have 5 more. And these are really good quality. So if you guys haven't tried Sonia Kashuk, they're like in between drugstore prices and high end. So if you're looking for some good quality brushes, check Sonia Kashuk out. So obviously, again, I haven't used most of these, so I want to try these out before I would consider decluttering them. So I'm going to keep those. All right, here's where it gets interesting. Here are just like random face brushes. Okay, so right off the bat, we have this Eco Tools powder brush. I am going to keep this. It's just not, I have other powder brushes that I like more, but I still do like this brush, so I'm going to keep this guy. Then I have this Morphe E3 brush that I also like to use for powder under my eyes. Not ready to get this up yet. These 3 brushes from Crown I just got in my BoxyCharm yesterday, so I haven't tried these out yet, so I'm going to keep these. Then I have this fan brush from Miyako Beauty. I ordered these off Amazon when I was just getting in to doing makeup a few years ago. This is not that great, so I'm going to get rid of this guy. I'm not a huge fan of fan brushes either. So speaking of, there's also this SS023 Jumbo Kabuki fan by Crown Brush. I'm not going to use this. This is really thick. I don't really know what I'd use this for unless I was trying to get like a super intense highlight, so I never use this. I don't think I've used it one time, but I don't see myself using it, so I also am going to declutter that guy. This is a Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush. I sometimes use this for blending out my bronzer. I really do like this brush. I got it in a holiday set last year, so I'm going to keep this. Then I have this one from Kat Von D. This is the one that goes with her Shade and Light palette. I am going to keep this. It's just a contour brush on one side and then basically a setting brush on this side. So I like this, and it has a cool case that it comes with that looks like a coffin. I need to find that. Alright guys, then I have this. This is the Morphe MB30. I am going to hold on to this. I use this when I need to like carve out my contour, like if I want to do a really sharp contour. I just don't have another brush like this, so I am going to keep this for the time being. And then I have this Sephora one. This is their Multitasker Complexion number 45 brush. I haven't really used this a whole lot, but I don't really want to get rid of it because it is a good quality brush and I just haven't really given it a chance, so I am going to hold on to this. Alright, I'm going to pull out the rest of the face brushes that I have. So these are the rest of the face brushes I have. Here is a Real Techniques foundation brush, or a sculpting brush. I am going to keep this. This is really good quality and I do like this brush. Tuck it in that. Then I have this Too Faced blush brush. This is actually a pretty nice brush. It is obviously travel sized, so I am going to hold on to this. I like the quality on this. Then I have this crown brush. This doesn't have any more information on it. This looks like you could do like a nice contour with, looks like kind of a contour brush. I may hold on to this just because I want to give it a try. I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm going to hold on to this. Then I have this one from Bare Minerals that I got in a BoxyCharm. It's one of those foundation brushes that you can like put your foundation in. But I haven't used this yet just because this isn't necessarily the type of brush that I go with. So I actually am going to declutter this. Then I have this Sephora brush that I got for being a VIB Rouge. It's obviously a travel size. I don't ever use this, so I am just going to go ahead and declutter that. Then I have this MAC blush brush as well. This is really similar to the Too Faced one that I have. I rarely reach for this. I don't remember the last time that I did. This is, by the way, the 129 SE. I am going to declutter this too. I don't need that one. Then I have this one from BH Cosmetics. This is just a foundation brush. I don't think I've ever used this, and I like the foundation brushes that I have right now, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one as well. And then here's another foundation brush. This is the MAC 190 SE in the travel size. I believe I got this in a holiday set a while ago. I, again, never use this, so I am going to go ahead and declutter this. So far, 7 brushes to declutter, and so many more that I'm keeping. I know I'm not doing well. Okay. All right, we have all these eye brushes left to go through. I'm going to put these brushes that I'm decluttering just back here. Okay. Let's start with this. This is a Morphe M560. This looks like kind of like a defining crease brush. I don't know, like kind of like a thicker pencil brush. I'm not sure what you use this for. I've never used it, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Then I have this from Vamp Stamp, so I'm going to keep this. Vamp Stamp is like that eyeliner stamp you can use, and then the kit came with this so that you can go ahead and touch everything up afterwards. So I'm going to hold on to this. I have these 2 from Real Techniques that I am going to hold on to. This one is really similar to that one that I use to smoke out shadow under my eyes. And then there's this really small pencil brush. Actually, I never, ever use this. I could use this to smoke out. I'm going to keep these 2. Okay. Then I have these ones that came in that Miyako Beauty set that I ordered off of Amazon a long time ago when I was just getting into makeup. The quality on these isn't that good. There's an angled brow brush, a detailer brush, a lip brush, and then this is the only one that I ever like actually use, and this is just a large shadow brush. Sometimes I use this one to set my what am I thinking? Shadow primer, but I'm gonna hold on to this, and then I'm gonna get rid of these 3. This is another one from BH Cosmetics. This is just like another detailer brush, one that you could probably use to put your lid shade on, but I have brushes that I like already for that, so I'm gonna declutter that. Next up I have this one from Morphe. This is their B36. It's like an angled shadow brush. I don't know why I ordered this, but I'm definitely not in love with this, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. I have this from Carity Beauty. This is their E31 brush. I ordered an eyeshadow palette from them, and I believe this came free with the eyeshadow palette. It looks basically like a diffused crease brush. I haven't tried this one yet, and this actually feels like it could be semi-decent quality, so I'm going to hold on to that and give it a try. I believe I got this travel size Luxie brush set in a BoxyCharm or something like that. To be honest, even when I travel, I don't use travel size makeup brushes. I don't necessarily love them, and I don't think I've used these yet, so I am going to go ahead and pass these along. There's a fourth one too that somehow already ended up in my declutter pile, so I'm going to pass all of those along. So I have this Sigma Domed Utility E34. I can't remember if I just got this. I am going to keep this. I do like my Sigma brushes, so let's see. I have some full-size Luxie brushes. I don't think I've given these a try yet. This is their Tapered Blending 229, as well as their Tapered Blending 205. So I'm going to hang on to these and give these a try. I have heard pretty good things about Luxie brushes. I have this Real Techniques brush. This looks like kind of a shadow brush. It's a base shadow brush. This came in that holiday set. To be honest, I never use this, and I don't necessarily see myself using this over some of my other brushes, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. Then I have this. This is just one of the ABH brushes that came out of probably like my Subculture palette or something like that, so I never use these. I should just not throw them, but just pass them along to my sister, or even my daughter, who's 2, likes to play with makeup, so I should just let her play with this. So I'm going to get rid of that guy. And then I also have another one of those. Yep, I have 2 of those to get rid of. Next up I have this one. This is from Royal Langnickel. This is a shader brush. I must have gotten this in a BoxyCharm or something like that. I do not need this. The only use I could see myself using this for is to, again, like set my eyeshadow base or something like that, and I have plenty of brushes to do that, so I'm going to pass that along. This is a travel size Sigma Blending E25. I know I said I don't like travel size brushes, but I do love the Sigma E25, so I'm going to hang on to this guy. I have this MAC travel size brush. It's the 275 SE. Again, I got this in a holiday set many years ago. I never use brushes this size, and I don't really like the angled brushes that much, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this guy. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Alright, so I have this brush that came with the Urban Decay Electric palette. I've never used this. Again, this is one of those like 2-sided brushes. I'm not going to use this. It's cool that it has the purple bristles, but I am going to pass that along. I have this MAC 224 SE, which I also got out of one of their holiday sets. I know this is travel size, but I actually do enjoy this MAC brush, so I'm going to hang on to this. I have this one this is Royal Langnickel as well. This is their detail brush. I don't ever see myself using this, and I haven't yet, so I'm going to pass this along. I have this Morphe brush. This is their E37. This is just basically like a longer, this might be a lip brush actually. I sometimes use these brushes to do like gel liner and stuff, so I actually am going to hang on to this. I have 2 MAC travel size brushes, the 266 SE that came in 2 different years travel or holiday sets. So I'm going to hang on to one of these and pass one of them along. Here's another Morphe 212. Again, I use this for gel liner. I'm going to hang on to this. Here's another Morphe M433. So I guess I have 5 of these. This one just was in a different jar. This is another MAC holiday brush. This is their 226. I know I already kept one of these, but I do really like this brush again, so I'm going to keep this. I have these 2 brushes from Makeup Geek. This one is their Outer V brush, and this one is their foiled eyeshadow brush. I am going to hang on to both of these. I forget, I'm going to put this in my everyday makeup because I want to see how this actually applies foiled shades. So I'm going to keep both of those. Then I have this crown brush. This is the C513. This looks like a sort of pencil brush or like a detailer brush. I never use brushes that look like this, so I'm going to pass this guy along. Then I have this Morphe MB11. This is an angled like eyeliner brush, so I'm going to hang on to this. Then I have a Morphe 330. This is like a diffused crease brush. I'm going to hang on to this. I have another Morphe E37 like lip brush. Gonna hang on to that. I have this Morphe B30 brush. This is like a big shader brush. I'm gonna keep this, and then I'm gonna declutter then this Miyako Beauty brush. I don't need both of those. I have this Morphe E32 brush that I believe is supposed to be again for like foiled shades, but I never use this. I have brushes I like better for foiled shades, so I'm gonna declutter that. I have this brush from Unique. This was their cream shadow brush. I actually use this to apply like glitter glue, so I actually am going to hang on to that. I have this brush from Vasanti. This is the Contour Eyeshadow 4 brush. I must have gotten this in some sort of, this may have been a brush that we got in like an Ipsy bag or something. Never used this guy. Again, I have brushes like this that work better for me, or I imagine would, so I am going to get rid of this. Then I have the Morphe E22 brush. This again is just like a diffused crease brush. I'm going to hang on to this. This is the Morphe E13. Do I already have that? Anyway, this is just a large shader brush. I am going to hang on to this. I do like this brush. And then finally, this just rolled away. This is the Morphe E17. I like this for my outer V, so I am going to hang on to this one as well. Alright, you guys, I was able to clear out a whole mug, so I can put this back in my mug collection, and now all of my brushes fit in these 5 mirrored glasses, jars. So I did end up getting rid of 29 brushes here. Again, I will either pass these along to friends and family, or I don't know, let my daughter play with them. But I was able to declutter 29 brushes. Obviously, I kept a lot more, but what can I say? I love brushes. Let me know, you guys, what are some of your favorite makeup brushes? Are there any that you would recommend that you didn't see here in my collection? If you like declutter videos, also let me know. Let me know what kind of declutter you would like to see next. And if you guys haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do so before you go. And I'll just see you in my next video. Bye.